Please welcome to the show, Caitlin Clark. Caitlin, did you ever
What's
think
up,
you'd
guys?
be back? Cheers.
Excited to be
Cheers.
back. Don't worry. I got this nice throwback Gatorade can.
Well played.
Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up and welcome to another electric episode on our YouTube channel. Today, we're rolling out the red carpet, or at least the virtual Zoom backdrop, for none other than Caitlin Clark. Yes, the Caitlin Clark. Did she ever imagine she'd be back in the spotlight like this, years after her college cheers echoed through arenas? Probably not, but she's here now, and trust us, she's bringing the heat. Caitlin didn't just stroll onto our screen for a cozy little chat. Oh no, she dropped in like a lightning bolt, joining WNBA icons Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi for a no-filter, no-holds-barred conversation that had the basketball world buzzing faster than a fast break. From the moment her face popped up on our Zoom call, it was obvious this wasn't going to be some fluffy, feel-good fluff piece. This was raw, this was real, and it peeled back the layers on everything. From her leap into the WNBA, to those spicy locker room whispers, to the gritty college battles that shaped her. All of it delivered with that sly grin and razor-sharp wit we've come to adore.
And Diana Taurasi. From the second she appeared on screen, it was clear. This wasn't going to be your typical feel-good segment. It was raw.
Oh, and did we mention product placement? Yep, our YouTube channel loves a good shout-out, and Caitlin knows how to play the game, on and off the court. But what exactly did she spill? Why is everyone from hoops junkies to casual fans losing their minds over this interview? Stick with us because Caitlin didn't just talk. She talked. About Paige Buckers, about Diana Taurasi. And yes, she even clapped back at the baseless rumors Cheryl Swoops tried to stir up about her team. Ready? Let's dive in. The call heard. Round the internet, picture this. 1 year ago, Diana Taurasi stared into a camera and dropped a line that's since become the stuff of legend. Reality is coming, she warned, her tone dripping with the kind of veteran swagger that only comes from decades in the game. It was a shot across the bow aimed squarely at Caitlin Clark, the college phenom who'd been torching opponents like they were practice cones. Diana wasn't wrong about one thing, there are levels to this. She'd seen it all before. Young stars dazzling against teenagers only to crash into the brick wall of pro ball, where grown women don't mess around. You look superhuman playing against 18-year-olds, she'd said, but you're gonna come up against some pros who've been at this a long time. Fast forward to today, April 9th, 2025, and guess who's eating those words with a side of humble pie? Diana herself.
Plays it.
There we
Our
go.
show loves it. Our show loves it.
When Caitlin joined her and Sue Bird on our YouTube channel, the vibe was electric. Caitlin flashed a smirk, a subtle, knowing nod, and let a confident smile spread across her face. Congrats on your retirement, she said, her voice smooth as silk. Diana, laughing, fired back, thank you. And congrats, unfortunately, reality's coming for me now. The exchange was playful, sure, but it was also a mic drop moment. Caitlin wasn't just here to chat with legends, she was here to stake her claim. Diana, ever the good sport, leaned into the moment. What are your big plans now? Caitlin asked her. You know, Diana replied, I keep telling Sue I thought I'd have all this time to do stuff, but I'm busier now than ever. My advice? Play as long as you can. Caitlin chuckled. We'll see. I'll get to 10 years, then we'll talk. It was a passing comment, but it carried weight. A quiet promise that she's in this for the long haul. A generational showdown in Phoenix for Diana Taurasi, sharing the court with Caitlin wasn't just another game. It was a seismic clash of eras, a torch-passing moment that basketball fans will be dissecting for years. Reflecting on their first matchup in Phoenix, Diana didn't mince words. It felt like the last game ever played, she said, her eyes lighting up. The crowd was wild, the hype was unreal, it wasn't just basketball, it was history unfolding right there. She wasn't exaggerating.
Or for them when they get there.
Look, SVP, reality is coming.
Okay.
There's levels to...
That night in Phoenix wasn't about stats or scores. It was about witnessing something bigger. I'd been following Caitlin for years, Diana admitted. Watching her college run, I was in awe. To finally face her with that crowd going nuts, it was surreal. I've been doing this forever, and to see her do what she does. I couldn't wait for the season to start just so I could watch her again. Caitlin, ever the competitor, remembered that game too, but for her, it was personal. We were down like 10 or 15, she said, her voice tinged with pride. And we clawed all the way back to win. That comeback wasn't just a W on the scoreboard, it was a statement. Beating a legend like Taurasi on her home turf, that's the kind of fuel that powers a young star's rise. It was our first win against a team above 500, she added with a grin. So thank you, Diana.
This thing. And that's just life. We all went through it.
Of course.
And you see it on the NBA side, and you're going to see it on this side, where, you look superhuman playing against 18-year-olds, but you're going to come with some grown women that have been playing.
Caitlin Clark isn't stepping into the next WNBA season with just hype. She's got a squad that's ready to roll. When Sue Bird rattled off the new additions to her roster, you could see Caitlin's eyes gleam. New head coach Stephanie White? Check. Veteran firepower like Natasha Howard and Dwana Bonner? Check. Sharpshooters like Sophie Cunningham and defensive studs like Sydney Colson and Brianna Turner? Oh yeah, she's loaded. From the outside, Sue said, it looks like this team's built to compete now. Caitlin didn't disagree, but she's no rookie when it comes to reality checks. On paper, we're stacked, she said. But we've got, training camp starting on the 27th, then back-to-back preseason games May 3rd and 4th? That's not a lot of time to gel 7 new players, more than half the roster. She paused, then grinned. But we should be pretty good. I'm excited. What's got her buzzing? The experience.
First half.
Thank you.
And congrats.
Now,
to you.
unfortunately,
Well,
reality is
thanks.
coming to me now.
Last year, her team was young, too young maybe, to handle the playoff grind. Even Kelsey Mitchell, who's been with the Fever forever, hasn't played in a ton of postseason games, Caitlin noted. Now we've got vets like Natasha Howard, Dwana Bonner, Sydney Colson, people who've been there. That leadership's gonna be huge. But it's not just mental toughness she's been working on. When Sue brought up that viral off-season photo, where Caitlin's arms looked like they could bench a small car, the room erupted. Have you been living in the weight room? Sue teased. Was it the angle? AI gone wild? Caitlin laughed so hard she nearly fell out of her chair. AI's getting out of control, she quipped. Then she got real. Nah, I've been hitting the weights hard. I love it. It's not just about looking strong, it's about feeling dominant out there. She didn't stop at flexing either. Caitlin broke down her game plan. I'm adding a floater, working on finishing through contact, owning the mid-range. Last year, I'd get into the paint and feel awkward. No floater, no mid-range jumper. Now, I'm getting comfortable.
Do.
I keep telling Sue I thought I was going to have all this time to do all these things. I'm more busy now. So if I give you any advice, play as long as possible.
We'll see.
With a roster this loaded, she knows her life's about to get easier, and so will her teammates. We've got so many weapons now, she said. It's gonna open up everything. That's not rookie talk. That's a leader who's already thinking 3 steps ahead, shutting down the noise. Remember when Cheryl Swoops tried to stir the pot, claiming the Indiana Fever locker room was a toxic mess? Players don't want to be there, she'd said, tossing fuel on a fire that didn't even exist. Well, Caitlin finally put that nonsense to bed. That whole week was wild, she told Sue and Diana. Everyone's like, Indiana's falling apart. And I'm sitting there like, this is the tightest team I've ever been on. The rumors stung, sure, but Caitlin's used to the noise by now. People think they know what's happening in our locker room, she said, rolling her eyes. They don't. It's just us, the girls, the coaches, that's it.
It was amazing. I've been following Caitlin for so long and been watching her college career just in awe. And to be on the court.
Last year, yeah, we started 0-8, but we had fun. We wouldn't have turned it around without that bond. It took time, but we figured it out. Her tone was firm, her message clear. Cheryl's take was dead wrong. And honestly, watching Caitlin shrug it off with that cool confidence was a vibe. She's not here to chase narratives, she's here to build a legacy. Battling the best UConn and Paige Buchers. If there's one program that's tested Caitlin's mettle, it's UConn. We played them 3 times, she said, ticking off the matchups like war stories. The Phil Knight tournament, the Sweet 16, the Final Four. Each game was a grind, a masterclass from Gino Auriemma's playbook. They always had the best scouts against me, she said, half impressed, half annoyed. You could tell how smart he is. He's coached against the best, and he always had an answer. What's it like facing a UConn team? They're disciplined, Caitlin explained. They do what they do, and they do it well. Some games, I'd see their defense, going under screens, dropping coverage, and I'm like, come on, really? But it worked. They'd throw different looks, different defenders at me. Nika Moole last year? She'd hound me full court, 94 feet. Gino's got tricks up his sleeve every time. But it's not just UConn's system she respects, it's their players. When Paige Buckers came up, Caitlin's tone softened. Her poise, she said instantly. That's what's going to translate to the WNBA. Everything hits you so fast. New city, new team, new coach, huge expectations. And Paige? Nothing phases her. She's calm, mature.
And, the first game was in Phoenix, and it felt like the last game that was ever going to be played. There was such anticipation. The crowd was going crazy.
She can score at all 3 levels. Her mid-range is unreal, and she's versatile. Point guard, off-ball, whatever. She'll fit right in. Caitlin even threw in a pitch. That Dallas arena's small, loud, perfect for her. They should move every game to American Airlines. Paige has that kind of draw. You could hear the admiration. 2 stars, 2 generations linked by the game. Technical fouls and tangled tales, no chat with Diana Taurasi and Sue Bird is complete without some ref drama. Oh,